All right, if you're looking for stronger, more effective B2B email templates, you're in the right place. I'm going to show you an example here of a common ineffective template that I see and how to replace it and make it stronger and more effective and more assumptive. Thank you for being here. I've been excited to do these email videos. I've been trying to figure out the right format. So let me know what you think here. I'm just using PowerPoint and Zoom to do this. I'm still learning the tools that are available to me, but emails are very important in an area where I've had a lot of success. If you're wondering where this name came from at the bottom, the Murray method, it's actually an ode to when I started out as an SDR. I started having a lot of success on email, and some of my friends started calling it the Murray method, and I was teaching a lot of what I'm going to show you here to them. So I've seen this work for many, many years. So a lot of the principles I go over are the same as what I talk about on cold calls, about using stronger, more assumptive language. And on email, the results can be even more profound because email is so scalable. You can send out hundreds or thousands of emails in a time that you just can't do with cold calls. So here's an example of a non-assumptive, passive, optional sounding email template that's typical of what I see out there. So it starts off saying, "Hi, I hope this message finds you well. I'm part of the whatever your company team that supports all things pertaining to finance, HR, supply chain, service, and overall customer experience. We work with companies on process transformation, and I wanted to reach out to hopefully set up some time and see how we can potentially act as a resource moving forward. I would love to set up some time next week, either Wednesday or Thursday, for a brief 15-minute call to introduce myself and get a better understanding of your current applications and how we can be of assistance to you and your team. Warmest regards, your name." So I put in red all of the areas that I don't like that stick out to me. And this is how my brain works when I read these emails. So these words either don't add value or are passive or optional sounding. So even something like this, you might think I'm nitpicking, but I hope this message finds you well. In my opinion, this is a blank line that adds no value. It's not going to add any value to your template. And a lot of people might read that first line and be like, "Oh, marketing email," because every message starts off that way. So while it may not be a deal breaker, these are the sorts of little details that I look at because they really add up. Another detail I notice is way too broad here with finance, HR, supply chain, service, customer experience. Like no one covers all of those different LOBs, lines of business. So you want to be more specific with who you're reaching out to. More on assumptive language, hopefully set up some time and see how we could potentially act as a resource. That sounds optional to me. That does not sound assumptive. If I was reading that email and I got it, I'd probably say, "Oh, I don't need to respond to this person. I would love to set up some time. It sounds nice. I'd love to, but we don't have to." It almost sounds like a favor. Again, small detail, but adds up. Brief understanding to introduce myself and get a better understanding of your current applications and how we can be of assistance. Again, optional sounding, get a better understanding. You're supposed to be the one that understands and can help them. That's why you're reaching out. So you don't want to pretend like you don't understand. You want to give off the sense that you actually understand what their problems are based on other companies you've worked with and that you do understand. How we can be of assistance is also just not a strong phrase. And then warmest regards too. I'll show you what I prefer to use instead. So a bunch of small details that might seem minute when I bring them up here, but I'll show you how I take this same template and turn it into a much stronger, more assumptive sounding template. So here it is. "Hi, blank. My name is Connor, and I am part of the whatever my company is team supporting X company this fiscal year. Our team focuses on back office applications and will be the main point of contact in this area going forward. So anything related to your planning and budgeting, forecasting, and other related processes. We will also be the point of contact for any priorities going forward in these areas and for any resources you may need. I'm looking to set up 15 minutes to 20 minutes next week in order to introduce myself and get aligned with your priorities going forward. Does next Wednesday or Thursday work for you? Please let me know when works best, and I look forward to getting introduced. Thanks in advance, Connor." So all those small details, I fixed them over here. So instead of saying, "hopefully set up some time or potentially act as a resource," I'm telling them I will be the main point of contact. So if they need something from my company, I will be their point of contact in this area going forward. That's a little more valuable. I also got more specific here. If I was reaching out to someone in finance, I named some processes that are probably very specific to this person rather than going super broad like I did over here. I like to give 2 or 3 specific processes and then say something broad as well, like and other related processes. So hopefully my specific processes resonated with them, but if not, I like to keep a broad statement in there as well. So it sounds like even if those first ones weren't relevant to them, there might be something else that could be. We will also be the point of contact, again, stronger language for any priorities going forward in these areas and any resources you may need. That's more valuable. I haven't said, are you interested or how we could potentially help? Basically, my tone says, I am useful to you. Now here, instead of saying I would love to, I said, I am looking to set. It's a little detail, but it's a much stronger phrase, and get aligned with your priorities going forward. More valuable than get a better understanding of your current applications. I want to get aligned with this person's priorities. Does next Wednesday or Thursday work? And then here's the more assumptive close at the end. Please let me know when works best. So if those days don't work, please let me know when works best. And I look forward to getting introduced. Assumptive. And then thanks in advance, Connor. Thanks in advance is actually shown to be the most effective signature. When you write a super assumptive email, sometimes I finish with something different than thanks in advance, like all the best. But this is an example of how I took a typical bland email template, just changed some small details, but kept a lot of the structure the same, short and sweet, but turned it into a much stronger, more assumptive sounding email. So hope you like this one. Let me know what you think. There's a lot more of this coming. There's a lot I have when it comes to follow-ups, many more templates I can go over, but this is the general tone that I'm going for, both on cold calls and emails. An assumptive, stronger tone, assumptive alignment is what I refer to it as. So let me know what you think. Hope you liked the email video, and I'll see you on the next one.